Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and we are pleased to be joined by Ryan Truex, who drives the number 40 Marquis Spas and Hot Tubs Chevrolet for Nice Motorsports in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And if you haven't heard, they're going to be doing a little bit something special this weekend with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. First off, Ryan, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Glad to be on.
So to kind of talk about your partnership with what you're doing this weekend with your sponsors.
Yeah. So, Make-A-Wish has always been kind of a near and dear thing to Marquis. They've actually granted 900 wishes. So we were able to have, every 100th wish has a big star on the back. And then we have every name of every wish that's been granted on the bed of the truck. To kind of highlight their partnership with Make-A-Wish and everything they've done. So definitely a super cool idea, super cool thing to be a part of. And I'm hoping we can get them into victory lane Saturday.
Yeah. I know this is your kind of like your first year with, obviously you were with Nice last year in a part-time role. Talk about how you were doing so far this year in the truck series.
Yeah, it's been up and down. Obviously Daytona was great, and Daytona road course was going really well until we had the mishap leaving pit road. But yeah, aside from that, I feel like we've had speed. We just kind of had things out of our control happen. Bristol dirt, we overheated and had a really good truck. Speed wise, it was really fast, and I was really happy with the truck. We got behind and had to fight from the back a few times and just kind of ran out of time, really. But the big thing we've been working on is our 1.5 mile program. Obviously that's the bulk of the schedule, and that's where you need to really be fast and be solid every week. So the most of the races I ran last year were on 1.5 miles, and I felt like that's what we were lacking. So we went back to the drawing board. Obviously, Brett can bring a lot of knowledge from the past few years, and we've worked hard on our 1.5 mile program, and I think Atlanta showed. As a company, we were fast across the board, and I'm hoping that'll translate for the rest of the year. But Richmond coming up, I'm looking forward to that. One of my favorite tracks. I think one of my best tracks stat wise, as far as the Xfinity series. And I think I got my best cup start there too. So it's a place I'm really comfortable with. And I feel like we have a good truck to take there, and I'm looking forward to it for sure.
So, kind of go into, running. What has it been an adjustment getting used to running full time again?
No, not really. It's so different now than last time I ran full time with no practice and things like that. It's kind of a new beast for everybody. I feel like, everybody's trying to figure out how to do this still. Obviously we ran the bulk of last year with no practice, and, this year going in with the same deal. Obviously I practice at the new racetracks, and I think like Charlotte, things like that, which that's one I'm really looking forward to be able to just, get back in the truck and work on stuff and try different things. But no, I don't think it's been a huge adjustment for me. Just because things are so different from last time I ran full time that I'm still kind of learning what works and what doesn't, what I can do away from the track, how I can help, how me and my crew chief, Wally Rogers can have good communication and have good communication with my teammates. At the end of the day, all we really have to go off of is what we all felt in the last race. And we try to debrief and have a collective kind of game plan for going into the next race. And, that's something after Vegas that we worked hard on for Atlanta, was coming up with something that, was better. I think we all kind of struggled at Vegas. So for us to go back to the drawing board and work together and, hit Atlanta and be fast was promising for sure.
So you're going into Richmond this weekend, and it kind of feels like, after coming off the dirt race, what's it going to be like? Kind of like going from a dirt track to kind of like a short track, and you guys have ran on pretty much everything this year: super speedway, mile and a half, um, road course. You're kind of hitting all. This is, I think, the first short track of the year.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, honestly, Bristol Dirt raced more like a short track than I thought it would.
Yeah.
We really focused on forward drive, and honestly driving it like a pavement or an asphalt track as opposed to a dirt track. And so the way you drove it, or at least the way I drove it, and the way I was able to make speed was to be really, really conscious of not doing too many things at once, driving it into the corner straight, being off throttle, turning the wheel, trying to get the wheel back out of it and drive straight off the corner, which honestly, that's how you drive Richmond. The tire there really does not like doing more than one thing at once. So you really got to be able to keep wheel out of it on corner entry without being free in, be able to turn the center and get wheel out of it when you want to drive off the corner and have that forward drive down the straightaway. And without practice, it's hard to really hit that on the head the way you want to. I think as a whole, me struggled at Richmond last year, and looking back, I think we know why, and we know what we need to do to be better. And I think as a driver, Bristol was a good way to get ready, just because you had to really be precise, and conscious of what you're doing, and definitely not overdrive it. Which that's something that you can easily do at Richmond is overdrive it, heat up your tires, heat up your brakes, and then you pay for it in the long run, especially in the daytime. So I think Bristol was for sure a good prep for Richmond.
Yeah. And kind of talking about special is with this podcast that you host with people going in. How is that? What kind of made you the idea to tie your sponsor into people going in the hot tub with you?
Yeah, it was me and my team at TMG Truex Management.
Yeah.
We try to be creative with how we engage our sponsors, and how we create value and do things differently. Aside from just putting a logo on a car or a truck, we've been able to come up with a lot of cool ideas outside of the car and outside of the truck, which in this day and age, especially with the COVID-19 impact on things and racing, we've had to be a little creative, and that was something we came up with, and I thought it was a great idea. Marquis loved it. Obviously, the fans are liking it so far. It's something different. It's unique. It's definitely a little weird when you tune in and it's two people, chilling in a hot tub talking racing and everything else. But it's been fun, and I got a bunch more coming out. Been filming a bunch and kind of trying to get some episodes in the bank so I can get a little more consistent with posting them. But it's been fun, and it's been cool to see all the engagement on it for sure.
I think the last one you did was with Sam Hunt.
Yep, Sam Hunt.
Okay, just to clarify, the car owner, not the country singer.
Yep.
Yep. Just always have to make sure whenever I mention him, I have to clear that up because
we talked about it.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, thank you so much for coming on. Good luck this week at Richmond.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.